Do you ever feel like you're your own worst enemy? If so, this video is for you. We'll talk about the tough but important topic of self-hatred. It often shows up as self-sabotage, feeling anger towards yourself, being overly critical of yourself, and low self-esteem. The fact is that self-hatred is something that many of us struggle with, but often we may not even realize it. So, in this video, we'll be sharing 7 signs that may indicate you are struggling with self-hatred. In doing so, you can take the necessary steps to heal. Number 1. You don't do self-care activities. You want the people you love to be happy and taken care of, right? After all, when you love someone, you naturally want the best for them. But here's something to think about. If you really loved yourself, wouldn't you want the same for you? This is why neglecting self-care is a sign of self-hatred. Think about it. You do things like skip getting enough sleep each night, forget to eat well and nutritiously, avoid exercise, ignore looking presentable, and stop doing things that make you happy. But all that is not just about being busy or not caring. Often, it's about holding back care and kindness from yourself because of some inner conflict. When you're struggling inside, it's easy to let that show on the outside too. You look in the mirror and see someone tired and neglected. And maybe, deep down, you feel like that's all you deserve, which is why you don't do anything to change things. Number 2, you prefer to be alone than spend time with others. Self-hatred can make it really tough to maintain relationships, so you can feel like you don't deserve love or companionship. You may also convince yourself that you're not good enough to stick around in someone's life. It then becomes easy to believe your presence is more of a burden than a benefit, which is why guilt starts to creep in when you're with others. You might even think you're holding them back instead of adding anything meaningful. And when they include you, it might feel like they're just doing you a favor. You might even start thinking they'd be better off without you, which can make you hesitate in relationships and pull back to avoid feeling like a burden. Sometimes, even when someone genuinely cares about you, it can feel overwhelming that you feel burdened. This is because if you're struggling to love yourself, it's so much harder to accept love from others, even when they truly mean it. Number 3. You criticize yourself, doing so harshly. Being aware of your flaws is healthy, but if you're constantly drowning in self-criticism, that's usually a sign of being unhappy with yourself deep down. The reality is that self-hatred can make you your own worst enemy. When you hate yourself, you fixate on your flaws and fall into self-pity. Tearing yourself down even starts to feel normal. And when something goes wrong, you're quick to blame yourself even if it's not your fault. Also, when someone praises you or recognizes your accomplishments, it feels weird or makes you think you don't deserve it. Meanwhile, the smallest mistakes you make feel like such a big deal, which then fuels more self-criticism. Well, mistakes are just part of being human, right? But with self-hatred, you hold yourself to impossible standards, making it so hard to forgive yourself. You're left feeling guilty, worthless, and stuck in this loop of negative thoughts about yourself and your life. Number 4. You fear having big dreams. Everyone has dreams, right? But when you hate yourself, you limit yourself to small, easily achievable dreams. Meanwhile, dreaming big and setting ambitious goals can feel like a lot. It's easier for you to push those hopes and dreams aside and tell yourself, I'll never achieve them anyway, so why bother dreaming big? You also keep doubting yourself, staying in your comfort zone because it feels safer. The fear of failing or being rejected is so real to you. And when setbacks happen, it can feel like it just proves what you've been thinking, that you're not good enough. And before you know it, you're feeling stuck and questioning your worth. The thing is, opportunities for growth and new experiences are out there. But you let them pass you by because you don't think you're ready to grab them. Or, as we mentioned earlier, you fear the idea of failure. Those insecurities can really mess with your perspective, making it hard to see what you're capable of or trust yourself to succeed. By the way, make sure to subscribe if you've learned something new today. Number 5. You don't allow yourself to experience happiness. When you don't like yourself, it's easy to focus on the negative. For instance, instead of imagining what could go right, you get stuck thinking about all the ways things could go wrong. You might also resent the person you are, and whether you mean to or not, deny yourself little joys as a result. This then keeps you stuck in a cycle of self-hate, making it hard for you to see any chance for happiness. That's not all. Believing in your own worth becomes a real struggle. Compliments or praise might feel fake or even like a joke, so you brush them off. But criticism? That sticks and feels like further proof of your negative thoughts about yourself, making you hate yourself even more. And when you're having a hard time, you might push help away because you think your problems are yours to deal with. And maybe deep down, you believe you deserve them. It's a tough mindset to break. It drains the joy from your life and can leave you questioning if you even have a reason to feel happy. Number 6. You compare yourself with others and feel inadequate. Do you ever catch yourself focusing on what others have that you don't? Perhaps you fixate on qualities others have that you think you lack. The reality is that it's easy to fall into the comparison trap, but it can leave you feeling ungrateful for all the good things already in your life. What's more, this kind of thinking can make it tough for you to feel confident or comfortable around people who seem happy, successful, or self-assured. If being around others often leaves you feeling insecure, it's worth taking a step back and asking why. Setting such high expectations for yourself can be exhausting. You might also find yourself stuck in a cycle of comparison where you think you're always feeling like you're falling short no matter how hard you try. In the end, this constant self-criticism might be pointing to something deeper, which is a need to overcome self-hatred and develop more self-acceptance. Number 7. You don't show your true self when dealing with others. One sign of self-hatred is acting differently when you're alone compared to when you're with others. Around people, you might put on a facade, hiding how you really feel or who you truly are because you're scared of being rejected if they see the real you. For instance, you pretend to be a happy, extremely extroverted person when you're not. You act as if you enjoy going to parties and staying up all night when in fact the perfect night for you is staying in bed, reading a book. This act of putting on a facade often comes from feeling ashamed of who you are. You feel like your true self is not good enough for anyone or can't measure up to anyone's standards. To deal with this, you might try to be someone you're not, copying traits or habits you admire in others. But pretending all the time is exhausting. It drains you emotionally and leaves you feeling disconnected from yourself and the people around you. And if you liked this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to like this video to let the algorithm know you'd like to see more videos like these.